Suddenly, we found ourselves in the snow. Not quite the African weather we've grown used to this past year. We are Carla and Lida and we swapped a career ladder for a life on the road, wandering the world in our Land Rover Defender, Pango. Now we're back in South Africa, gearing up for the next lap of our overlanding journey. As expected, a few things didn't go to plan.
Not sure whether it's of any help.
My supervisor, ladies and gentlemen. But there were winds too.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
So, how far will we get this week? Wander along with us.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, hello.
We thought we'd show you something else.
Yep. We're in the Netherlands.
Yeah, with things we don't see so much in Southern Africa. Last night it snowed. At least I've seen some snow now the last few years living in Europe, but it's still special.
It is, also for me. We're in our hometown in Nijmegen, walking downtown to do a few little things and just enjoy the city.
Lida, don't feed the animals. Happy to be in your hometown?
Yes. There's a snowball in my face. We are in de Lange Heeselstraat. Very cute old street, little boutiques. Super nice morning. We just had a hot chocolate in a cafe and now we're walking around. Behind us you see the Vaal River. Well, it's always beautiful here. It's actually special to be here in the winter and it's white. Yeah, it's quite cool. And tonight it's a dinner with friends and tomorrow too. We're enjoying ourselves, missing Pango a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe give a brief update because Carla chatted with the mechanic.
Yes. I had a call with Gateway, and they already fixed the death wobble. That was due to the panhard rod bushes. So it was that in the end. It's just with those poly bushes, the yellow ones, you can't see the damage, but apparently they soften, but they don't wear. There are a few other things, quite big things, with the transfer case needs to be removed, so unfortunately it's expensive. We're just waiting for some feedback on our gear rattle, so we'll see, and then we will pick him up soon. He will be spick and span and ready for some gravel roads.
How would Pango look like in Winter Wonderland? We should drive him up here one day, yeah?
One day he will be in Europe. I'm not sure how he will get here, but he will be in Europe one day, we think. If he makes it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look at these old ruins. Let's go outside, although it's very cozy here. But I just saw a tiny little bit of sunshine. If you think I look ill, that's correct, because I am. But yeah, some fresh air might help. staying in a cabin in the woods from friends. Yeah, we're having a good time in both the Netherlands and in Austria, where we went skiing for a few days, snowboarding, and well, lots of social activities, dinners here and there, quality time with the family. More and more we're looking forward to go back to Pango again.
I thought we'd enjoy the last little bit of nature here, now that it stopped raining. And I found a view spot on the top of a hill. I dragged the sick leader out of the cabin. Come and see this.
Ooh, nice! I don't think I've ever been here. This is where I grew up.
Oh, but look at that.
Wow.
We on top of a hill, what they call in the Netherlands a mountain.
It's all about perspective, eh?
It is, it is. So, wanna go back to bed?
Imagine we could now
Just like jump and we'll be back in the sun.
I think we can. Morning. We slept in Cape Town and dropped off Pango yesterday. The 50 tag where we're gonna pick it up at noon. We're just gonna chill in the park a little bit.
We found a Dutchie in the Dutch gardens. We're walking around in the Dutch East India Company Gardens, the company's gardens we call it now. So that was, what did you call it in Dutch?
In Dutch we call it the VOC, Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie.
So these are the gardens that they use to grow fresh fruits and vegetables to fill up the ships when they pass or where they come and drop stuff and go back. So it's a refreshment station.
Yeah, all back in the 17th century.
Yeah, 1652 the gardens were started. It's also when the Dutch formally colonized the country. And we're going to pick up Pango now.
Yeah.
So we'll show you what the storage boxes look like. Excited.
Other than that, here you could have an amazing view of Table Mountain, but unfortunately it's hiding today.
It's
very shy. It's fully covered in clouds, so we cannot show you that. But
doing a Kilimanjaro today.
Exactly.
Vraiment mec, les gars c'est hardcore. Et en plus ça se voyait que c'était pas fait débuter.
Let's go.
Let's go pick up Pango. It's even been washed.
Looking good?
Yes, very neat. Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's more than a hand's length here, and if you can start using this as well, then you can even use this part, this 45 degrees maybe. So really neat when you drive. I mean, I don't think you'll easily hit a rock with this. It's the same height, or even not as low as the chassis. So we won't be doing any rock crawling. We never do that really. But yeah, nice, very nice. What do you think?
Yeah, super cool. You hardly see it from here.
Yeah.
Good morning! We are back in Langebaan at Carla's mom and dad to do some fixes and upgrades on Pango. One of them you saw yesterday. It's the storage boxes that Victitech installed. The guys did an amazing job and we're super happy with it. We also have to do a few things ourselves.
Yes, we will be changing the wall sockets for our 220 appliances, 2 European ones. It's nice and flat, take less space. Also bought these ones for our appliances. And then we have a new dash cam and screen and a rear view camera. It's very industrial looking, so hopefully this one lasts. The other one was a car lover's one, and that lasted about a month and a half. I don't know if it was the power supply that fried the screen or what, but anyway, it wasn't very handy. A whole trip through Africa without any rear view and visibility. And then we also bought a diesel heater, which I still need to look at a few more videos before I am comfortable installing this. So hopefully this can go there underneath our fridge area, and we will have something in the winters to heat up the space when we're sitting inside, nice and comfy. Yeah, and a few more bits and bobs we need to change. So let's get to work.
Yeah, hopefully it's all done in a week or so and we can hit the road again.
A new cover plate, new wall plug in the front, so we're done. Tell the people what you're doing.
So we killed so many bugs and flies and whatnot to the ceiling that it really needs a proper clean. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, the priorities are different, eh?
Indeed, indeed.
So one of the tasks is to move these USB sockets that we have on both sides. They are placed a little bit far to the back, so we want to move them I don't know, to somewhere here. I made the cables longer, connected an extra piece of leftover cable. Now all I have to do is wrap it up again, and they're now in a better place.
Heaven?
Not in heaven,
Okay.
but high. How is it downstairs?
Hell.
Okay.
Trying to make something pretty because you want me to make it pretty.
That's correct. Why are you holding a hammer?
I don't know how to do this. We have the South African plugs, now I want to put these European plugs. Nothing is covering each other up, so now I need to make another plan to cover stuff up. Okay, we replace this. Still make this neater. Let's see if it works. Yeah, charging.
Okay, cool.
And it's much neater inside. It's just a piece of wood there earlier. Now it's nicely worked away. So, and lead us USB ports that was moved closer to our heads, and we will still just work this away. Liked to also put the diesel heater can for the diesel in this cabinet, but it's so deep there's no way. It's just sticking out, so we brought this unnecessarily from Europe. Yeah, I have to make a new plan.
Checking on me? My supervisor, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Morning. First task for today, try and see where we can put the new dash cam and screen, aka TV. Maybe we can remove the mirror, I'm not sure. I have to look into that, but it should be attached somewhere here. I think we have a solid enough base, and then yeah, we can watch some Netflix or something. It's very big. But okay, it was the best reviews I got on this, at least for something that could have 2 cameras, and yeah, not the brands that I'm now scared of. So let's see what happens. instruction manual I got. It's not saying much, especially not much English or proper English. So, but at least I just quickly connected it to a power supply just to check if it's working. And I can see Lida. Look at yourself. Yeah, it's working. So now just to decide how we want to connect it up. I think we always want an image, so it doesn't have to only be on when we are reversing, so that we can always record or something if necessary. Now it's just giving it a dedicated power supply, because I think maybe part of the problem that I read up online was that if you have multiple connections on one line, especially with these USB points, you might be causing a variation on your supply of the other points. Now, it's not that bad when you're charging a phone maybe, but with this, yeah, it might damage the screen or the camera, or especially the screen, I think. So let's give it a dedicated line, run line through from our fuse box to here, and maybe put a little switch in somewhere. No, not maybe, definitely, because otherwise we're going to drain our battery. So we do need to still buy a switch, Lida.
Chop chop.
Go to the shop. Very stressful to cut such a big hole. But yeah, the camera demands it. Okay.
You look fabulous, love. Carla has been looking for the user manual the whole day of the dashcam. I just found it. Not sure whether it's of any help.
I think it deserves to be in the sewer. But this is on. This is on. And through. And now for the power supply. Sewer it is. So I have connected the dash cam monitor to a dash and rear cam monitor to this panel here, which is perfect. It's nice and sturdy. And then we have, I was lucky, we removed the mirror of the Land Rover, and those little holes lined up exactly with the little bracket for the camera going towards the front, so I could put that in there. So we have a camera showing the front over the bonnet, and we have a new rear camera. I'm just now connecting the power supply, so it has a dedicated power supply from the fuse box running underneath the inverter here to the front, and we're just following some channels that I could use to work it away up to the top here. So I just need to connect the wires now. I will just put in a switch, a simple switch here, so that we can switch it on and off. It does not take off a lot of power when you switch it off, so you can switch it off, but I saw still on our system about when you disconnect the wires, it uses 0.18 amps less than when it is connected but off. So I just want to switch to totally switch it off and not use unnecessary battery power. maybe that's not necessary, but that's easy enough to add. Yeah, and I think then we're done after that. So then the dash cam, rear cam is on. Check.
That's it for this episode. We're gonna leave you here. We still have a few things to do, including making a bracket for our Starlink to mount it to the roof and installing the diesel heater we bought. Next episode, we're gonna round that off and then finally hit the road again. We can't wait. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.